Hi everybody, it is April and I am in my craft room. Life has gotten in the way, so today what I thought was going to be showing you how to do the back of your Quilt as you go quilt is going to be more of a see what I did to finish it and a show and tell share kind of thing. So stay tuned if you want to hear what's been going on. Okay, so first we'll start with what I've done on the Quilt as you go quilt. So as you can see, and I will go through what I did to create my borders on the quilt. Hopefully you can see it. And I do have that footage, so I'll put that after this. I put all of my blocks together. And I have a new design wall that you'll see also in that footage. So the next thing I want to do is put the back on. Now, I had a great idea. I don't know if you've ever seen chenille it before, but it's a strip, and I've got the blue, and I don't know. I have to look and see. Maybe you all can give me an idea of what you think it should be. So what I want to do is put the chenille it on the border between the blocks and the border. So, you know, do a stitch in the ditch, but put chenille it there. So, green or blue, if you have an opinion. And I know I love giving my opinion, so I love hearing other people's opinions. I went shopping to one of our local stores, and I got this Hoffman Watercolor Club. So they're batiks, and this is the 4th of July. There's one for every month. So this is July. And then this, where did I do? I don't know what I did with the paper, but these are the colors for this. So the reason that I'm so discombobulated is because my youngest daughter got engaged, and I think she told me 2 weeks ago, and they're getting married on August 22nd of this year. So today we went dress shopping, found a dress. The veil was more expensive than the dress. And then we did bridal shower invitations. And I totally messed up the bridal shower invitations. I have this, it's one of those print, you know, you get just the card and then you get a template and you fill it in and you print it out on your own printer. I have, please join us for Emily's 4 bridal shower. Really? So we put an enamel heart over the 4 that we didn't need. And then I neglected to put where you RSVP and what time the shower was. So that's what we spent today doing, was fixing that. And I'm exhausted. Oh, and this morning I got up. Evidently my phone updated, and now it's required that you have a longer passcode than the 6 digits. So I put in an 8-digit, I think it was 8 digits, some passcode twice. Put it in twice. I couldn't even remember what it was. And now somebody's yelling for me upstairs. Anyway, so I had to restore my phone. I have to have my phone in order to be able to log onto my computer for work, because we're all working from home. So it's like, bah! So that has been my fun. But that's okay. Got my phone back. I erased it and restored. Unfortunately, it had backed up from this morning at 12:46 a.m. So it was a current backup. So everything turned out fine. It's just, you know, one of those days where nothing goes right, but we recovered from everything, so life is good. So that's my excuse for not doing the back of this quilt. But I will show you how I attached the blocks and cut them down. Somebody couldn't see through the cat when I cut them down. So there's a top shot from that. And then how I did my border. And hopefully next week I will do the back of the quilt as you go. So hopefully you learned something from not my other stuff. Don't use an 8-digit code that you will not remember. Write something down. At least some kind of reminder. And I do have, I'll show you the material I'm going to use for that. So this is the material that I'm going to use for the back of the quilt, which I think is really pretty. To me it looks like a watercolor kind of. So if you want to see how I trimmed some of these blocks, how I did the quilt as you go border and put the, I don't even think I showed you how I attached the border, but I just attached the border the same way that I attached these blocks together. And stay tuned. And thank you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next week. Bye. So someone in the comments mentioned that I should get rid of my cat so that they could see what I was doing. And the way I read that was, pardon me, but your cat blocked my view. Could you possibly show me again how you were trimming your squares? That's what I heard. So I am going to trim these squares. These are the last ones that I've sewn for my quilt, for my quilt as you go. And what I do is I flip it upside down because I've got all these edges coming off. I am just taking my 12.5-inch ruler, which is going to end up being a little big, but that's okay. And I am trimming the edges. That corner is not wanting to cut. There we go. It's not hard, but I'm trying to maneuver around a stand for the camera. And then this is what I end up with. And I'll iron it. Everybody, so here is my quilt as you go quilt top, and I have decided just to put some level of complexity that I want borders. So I've got this fabric, and this is 50 by 63. So I have to figure out 50 by 63. So it's 50 plus 50 is 100. 63 plus 63 is 126, which makes 226 divided by 40. 4 goes into 22.5, and 26. 4 goes into 26. Let's just say 57. Which is 5. Okay, so that's 6. So I need 6 strips. Now, I have a yard of fabric. So, 36 divided by 6 is 6. So I could do a 6-inch border. So there you go. We'll see if my math skills, which are not good, I'm just telling you right now, not good. But I know where I can get more fabric in case it doesn't work out. So I'm going to cut 6-inch strips. And then I need to connect them, which will mean that should be okay, because I used 40, and 40, it should be more like 43. So I think I'll be all right. Okay. So 6-inch strips. I'm going to cut 6-inch strips. I'm going can't even talk. I'm going to connect them, and then I'm going to quilt them to the batting. So I will need 6.5-inch strips of batting. So let's see how this goes. So I have cut strips of batting at about 6 inches. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, and I'll just trim off the ones that are bigger for my border, my 6-inch border. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these, and I have another video where I show how I use bits and pieces of batting to make bigger pieces of batting so that you don't waste those extra pieces of batting that you have. That is what I am doing here. I'm using a zigzag stitch to put 2 pieces of batting together, and then I have a big long piece of batting. I'm going to start with the fat batting, the wider batting first. Okay. I'm going to match it up on the right, the left. And the reason I'm doing that is because the way that I sewed the skinnier piece to the wider piece, I matched it up on the left. Okay, so let's take this foot off. Let's put my free motion foot on. I need my gloves. Under this mess somewhere. There it is. I spy a glove. Go ahead and pull my thread up. Now the beauty of this is I should just be able to keep on going all the way down. Is it a good idea? I don't know. Alright, it's kind of... Okay, so I'm just going to do a loop-de-loop all over. So let's... Okay, now hopefully I'll be able to move my fabric. We'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead. And because I haven't stabilized this with anything, it doesn't, it's not stiff. So, let's see how it goes.